Welcome back to the John and Linetia Show.
100% snooky free.
Thank you, Jesus.
Jesus had nothing to do with that.
Well, that's true in a sense.
Speaking of Jesus,
This has
how about
nothing
that
to do with Jesus.
casino bill.
It has nothing to do with Jesus.
Well, remember when he didn't he toss people out of the temple for throwing lots or whatever, for gambling in the
Throwing lots?
shooting lots or
No. What he did was he went and he turned over tables and things like that because he was saying if you can spend all of your money at the casino, you can give some to the temple.
There you go. So I wonder what he would think of that Illinois Governor Pat Quinn Tuesday vetoed
the casino bill.
Casino bill,
Yes.
which was, I mean, you know what? It's another one of those typical, almost Illinois pieces of legislation that is like people talk about, it, and then they put it together, and everybody's like, "Wait a minute!" Nobody looks at it, nobody vets it, and it's got things in there, and people are just like, "Are you crazy?" And you know, it's like typical, not thought out, except for by the corrupt politicians who have thought things out, basically how to make money.
Right.
So, I mean,
right.
the other, go ahead.
No, I'm just thinking that even though Quinn vetoed it, he had said that, you know, there were a lot of things in it that were deficient.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But why don't you just make the bill efficient for Illinois and pass it?
Well, the problem was somebody put the bill together, and before like getting everybody's ideas and opinions and almost like building a good bill, they went ahead and just voted on what was there. So by the time it gets to Quinn, he has two options. He could do a line item veto,
Right.
and basically just strike out certain things in there, or just veto the whole thing, or sign it. He's got a third option. But
Right.
ultimately, it was just so scummy that he just had to veto the whole damn thing. You know, and most people on the side of justice and goodness think that was a good thing.
A good thing.
Rahm Emanuel doesn't, but he's not on the side of justice and goodness.
Oh, I know how
Generally.
much you don't
he
like
just
Rahm
so
Emanuel.
wants to have a casino in Chicago, and you know he's going to work relentlessly to get this bill passed.
I mean, I don't have an issue with the casino being here. That's not my issue. I always am an advocate for something that brings jobs to the city, you know what I mean, and brings revenue for Illinois because Lord knows we need it here. But yeah, we don't want something that is, you know, and I don't see how this is not something that no one ever thought about, but they were talking about how they don't want anybody to be involved with it who was part of the mob. And I was like, but don't they have like their hands in everything? I don't understand. Maybe not everything, but usually they're involved somehow.
Well, I mean, it's funny because, you know, there's the mob and then there's the political mob that seems to kind of get their hands into things too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
you know, and then, you know, when they're talking about like, aside from having the Chicago casino, the idea was also then to put slot machines at O'Hare and Midway.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, I think it was also like expanded horse racing.
Yeah, and at the racetrack, yeah.
Unfriggin' believable. Okay, slot machines all over the place.
I guess I'm so used to seeing that in other places too.
What kind of a society are we? Oh, I mean, you know what? We'll call this gambling because they're not really games and games of chance because ultimately the odds are against whoever is doing it. I mean, it's like the lottery. It's all foolish.
But some people have the
if
luck
it was,
on their side. Some people do.
But my whole point of it is you get these things, all these things are designed to do is to suck up money. Okay?
Okay.
And who is putting their money in these machines? And who is gambling? Who's going to the boats?
Everybody.
But who mostly is?
Everybody.
Do you see like the Pritzker family, you know, going out, oh, I'm going to go gamble.
Don't know.
We're going to go gamble.
I don't know. I didn't say that I'm an advocate for gambling.
What I'm saying though is what everybody knows, which is when it comes to casinos, when it comes to these games of chance, You know, when it comes to these kind of rigged things like slot machines and lotteries and whatnot, you've got an inordinate proportion of low income, you know, poor to lower middle class people who ultimately their whole point of it is, oh, I want to strike it rich, I want to make it big and all of that.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to disagree with you on that.
Yeah?
I'm pretty sure, I've read articles before about that, but a lot of people are doing it, not just low-income people.
I'm not saying that it's only low income. It's not like, you know, at the casinos it's only homeless people and single moms and all that are there. Okay, but what I'm saying is that there's a whole heck of a lot more of them than there are upper middle class and upper class. I mean, there just isn't. Why? Because you get to a certain point, it's foolish. It's a long shot bet.
I know people who are doing pretty good, who are still gambling because they just like the thrill of chance. Or gives them something else to do, you know, with their spare time, or they just enjoy being out of the house. I've seen that. But yeah, we do have these extreme people who are, you know, gambling away their car notes and their house notes, you know, at the casinos. I completely understand that, but you know, it's a decision that you have to make with your life. Either you're going to gamble all your money away, or you're not. There's no in between there.
I don't see how that should be anybody's decision. You know,
it's a decision.
I think it's scummy. I think the idea that legalized gambling exists essentially to pump money into government, into woefully inefficient, wasteful government. Okay, bloated, patronage-laden government. Okay,
I understand.
Rather than fixing this, you know, slimy cesspool, no, we just need more money. We got to feed the monster, you know, and the monster is Rom.
Make a choice. Either you're going to gamble or you're not going to gamble. That's the choice.
You're right. Everybody
here.
has
That's
their own
the
personal choice. But, you know, let's also not forget the gun problem that we have in Chicago.
Well, I agree with that,
I mean,
too.
I would love because I would laugh if you get somebody who gets upset over losing tons of money, goes into some casino and starts blowing people away who work there. Okay? To me, that's poetic justice. Now, what would suck is that they'd be blowing away people who are just working there. Okay? It'd be nice if they can get like a straight shot at the owners. Okay? At these slimy people who are fixing, you know, not fixing, but, you know, they're putting out these games of chance that you're not going to win at. Okay?
That was not too good. I'm just going to have to how did you think about something like that? I never thought about, you know, someone going to the casino. And,
we got guns and we've got desperate people. What do you think is going to happen?
I don't think
Or you've got to have
that.
people basically robbing other people so they can get money and they can go, you know, it used to be, you know, rob somebody so I can go to the boats. You know, it's going to be going to rob somebody.
People get robbed now, and there aren't any boats in Chicago.
I'm saying there's going to be more.
I don't know about that.
I think more crime. You get more gambling, you get more crime. I mean, look at New Jersey and Atlantic City.
Gambling has been around for years.
Yeah.
Years, a long, long time.
Yes.
And I don't know about that, John.
I don't know. I mean, you gamble every time you go out and eat at a fast food place. That's as much of a gambling as I want to make.
Well, I think all of us play the lottery. Isn't that gambling too?
Not all of us play the lottery.
Well, but I'm saying at some point we've had that itch in our hand, you know, and we're like, ooh, I want to go put $5 on that number. We've all done it.
I know. I want to be able to afford a Death Star. I want to be able to afford my own henchmen who I can then take care of my enemies.
Wow. You make a choice.
Yes.
Whether you want to play the lottery or gamble or not. If you're going to succumb yourself to giving all your money into this, it's not good to do that, but, you know,
So you think there should be a Chicago casino?
I don't think it's a problem. Bring it. I'm not an
You gonna get a
advocate
job
for gambling. I don't need a job at the casino right now. I have friends, though, who do work at Horseshoe in Indiana, and they make lots of money, like $35 an hour.
Stripping?
No.
Dealing blackjack?
Yes, that kind of stuff. Yeah, they make good money. You know, so I'm an advocate for jobs. I'm not an advocate for crime.
Well, you know what? I think maybe they should put Casino 101 in the Chicago public schools, and then we'll see about opening a casino or two.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole.
Well,
totally
you got to
different
train for the
subject.
jobs, don't you?
But why don't you put that in the public schools?
Train the kids.
Early?
Train them early.
No, you got to be a certain age to get in there.
Yeah, 18, right? Or 21.
21, I think.
Ah.
Come on, John. Oh, John, no. Bring the casinos so that people can have jobs. But I don't agree with you, gambling your life away. It's okay to gamble, but gamble within reason.
Yes, beware of gambler. He will devour you.
Thanks, John.
We'll be right back after these words from Superman, who wants everyone to know that despite what Wonder Woman says, he is not faster than a speeding bullet in the bedroom, and she is just a man-hating Amazon.
You're listening to the John and Linetia Show.